Okay, last time we did this, it got cut off because TikTok's servers like basically fell apart. So I still got some extra ones that I never got to go through. So let's get it.
Here are all the S-tier heroes in Overwatch 2 right now. Ana, with her grenade lasting half the match, she is by far one of, if not the best support hero. Lucio, another must-use support hero with a ton of versatility.
I think Lucio's more A, but
absolutely shuts down Hog and Doom and is a top 2 tank in the meta. Reaper, an absolute menace of a DPS.
we're falling off the rails a little.
Who can cause havoc in the backline and get out of sticky situations with ease. Roadhog, by far the best hero right now, absolutely dominating at all levels, 1000% the best hero in Overwatch. And Mercy. I was a Mercy hater before, but I've changed my mind. She is by far one of the best supports in Overwatch.
Wait, didn't we watch this guy like forever ago and he thought Mercy was really, really bad? So first off, welcome to the lights. I'm glad you have converted. I have one small problem though. Where's Sojourn? We put Reaper in, but we didn't put Sojourn? Listen, man, I don't want to be the, I'll argue, I'll let you have some medics, like Ana is Ana ass or Lucio ass. You want to have a little, no Kiriko and S. You want to have some talk, sure, we can talk about it. No Kiriko and S is a little suspect, but the big suspect, no Sojourn? I gotta check the comments on this one. Let's go take a look. Kiriko, question mark? I wonder if he knows about Kiriko. Not listing Kiriko as criminal. Bro only plays quick play. Bro said Mercy ignored Kiriko and where's Sojourn? Sojourn got nerfed into the ground. What do you mean? No, there's no way, right? Nah, there's no way. Nah, oh no. God, Sojourn's still absolutely destroying high ranks. I don't know about low ranks, but oh man, dude. That's actually part of the reason why Mercy's so good. Oh man, please. Okay, next.
Here are 3 tips for every new Widow player. Number 1, setting your aim. Don't rely on your flick shots. I'll tell you right now, I used to be that kind of person, and I was seeing that I was significantly less accurate by relying on my peripheral vision to hit my shots. If you're trying to get better at hitting grapple shots or just hitting your shots in general, I feel like a great way to improve that is to slow down your aim and gather your crosshair and actually try to put it on somebody or something.
So basically, I think what he's trying to say is take your time, like don't rush shots, but that's a different way of talking about it.
You can use your Venom Mine to protect your headshot hitbox in certain locations. Maps like King's Row and Junkertown are great for this tactic, and honestly, it saved me more times than I could count.
That's actually a really good tip. That used to be a big one way back in Overwatch 1.
You get the opportunity to set up, this can be super beneficial on defense when you're planning to line up a headshot where you might have to be the first person to peek in order to win the fight.
There's only one downside to this, is that you basically then tie yourself to that spot. And then when you get really high up, the best Widowmakers are very unpredictable. They don't go to the same spot. Like, if you're playing... So, actually, small Widow tip from me. I know I'm not a Widow player. I understand that. But I probably play Widow better than most people. The way you become a good Widow is being unpredictable. If you always go to the same spot and always hold the same angle, another Widow on the enemy team is going to learn that, and they're going to predict you. How you become good at Widow is just being... all different types of places. Yes, there's certain spots that are better than others, but not always holding the same angle because it's the best angle is a good idea. Sometimes you gotta go further back. Sometimes you play further up, more to the left, more to the right. Play weird angles sometimes. Like, those things keep people on their toes and will keep them guessing, and it'll be a lot harder for them to pre-fire you.
Don't give up. I know that's kind of a forehead.
That is a big one, actually.
Widowmaker is a high-risk, high-reward hero. When you're playing against a Widowmaker who's giving you the work, don't swap off. It's an opportunity for you to get better. Having a short-term memory can be super beneficial when you're trying to fight against heroes, especially this one.
Okay, this is actually, unironically, some of the best advice I've ever heard for playing Widow. Like, no joke. Like, especially as a streamer, it happens all the time. If I play Widow, which I'm not a DPS player, I'm a tank player. Sometimes I have tank player aim. I will end up playing a game where I play Widow, and people in chat are like, just swap, bro. Widow's not your hero, bro. Just swap, just swap. But like, we're playing like Junkertown, and I'm like, dude, if I do not play Widow here, their Widow is going to free fire and destroy everyone on our team. Even if I lose 70% of the duels, those 30% that I do win, 1, wins us team fights, and 2, keeps them guessing during the other 70% that I lost. Like, instead of them looking and free firing on my supports or my tank or whatever it is, they're sitting there not shooting. They have a new angle, they picked a new spot, and they're looking for me. And they're not shooting, because the second they shoot, you know where they are. You're like, oh, they're in the back corner, grapple shot up, look for them, and you can pre-aim them. It's part about not giving up, and it's realistically, it's what they should have said, that they didn't, is it's confidence. And like, that's why some of the best players in the world are absolute egomaniacs, because they actually have to believe that they're the best player in the world, not because everyone told them to, which I'm sure could be part of it. But if you don't believe you're the best player in the world at all times when you're playing in your play style, like, you don't have to ego people. That's wrong. Like, I'm not talking about that. But like, if you don't believe that you're good enough to beat anybody else, you're not going to have the confidence to take them on. It's the same thing in most sports, where football, a good example. If you line up against some guy on the other side, and before the snap even happens, you're scared of him, like, you know, he's bigger than you are, or, you know, has a reputation for being much better, like, you know, certain star recruit, whatever it is. If you're already in your brain like, oh my God, this guy's insane, I'm gonna get rolled, you've already lost. You lost the game. It's already over. If you don't walk in believing you at least have a shot, you've already lost. And in DPS, and in Widow, and in gaming, and almost in anything in life, that is true. So this is actually, unironically, amazing advice.
One general tip for every hero, Baptiste edition. For Baptiste, the general tip to remember is that your combos can help save lives. The first combo to remember is your shoot heal combo. There's a little bit of downtime in between your healing shots where you can actually use your left click to do more damage while you heal the same amount. The second combo to remember is your heal and immortality.
So there's two combos actually. There's the heal, shoot, and the shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal. Maximum healing is shoot, heal, shoot, heal. Maximum damage, while also being a support, is shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal.
Immortality. If you ever have trouble aiming your immortality, or you just can't find the right angle to throw it at, remember that it has the same trajectory as your heal. So if you're ever healing from afar
Actually, good
and
tips.
save an ally at the last minute, make sure you remember this tip.
Actually, good tips. Surprisingly good tips on TikTok today. Also remember that ulting yourself in a high place is better than ulting your team in a team fight. Oh, not always. Okay. Kind of hard to use my immortality when I throw it directly into my Silver 3 teammate and they walk out of it. If you're in Silver 3, that's a skill issue then. Because you're basically trying to save other players and blaming them for not playing well, but they're also Silver. If I was playing in a Silver 3 lobby, you're walking in straight lines like 95% of the time. Baptiste does a lot of damage. I just look for the kill, but hey, what do I know?
All right, this is going to be a more
A lot of advice
advanced
today.
guide for my soldier players that are ready for it. Something every soldier player should know how to do is a helix jump. A helix jump is where you shoot your helix rocket at the ground, jump immediately after, and then sprint. This will allow you to get a bit of a super jump on.
This is actually, you know, I forget how many new players there are to Overwatch. I'm like, yeah, it's a helix jump. Like, what is this? But then there's actually so many players out there that are brand new now that don't know these techs. Maybe one day I'll think about making a bunch of these. I don't
Soldier
know.
and get to positions you thought.
It'd take me hours to put together. It would probably take me way too
Soldier's
long.
primary fire is his hand, but his secondary is not, so make sure you give it a little bit of lead time. You can actually still get headshots while using Soldier's visor, so make sure you're still aiming a bit here and there. It isn't just mindless aimbot like it used to be.
Yep.
You can actually animation cancel the very end of Soldier's reload.
That was some of like the very, very end of Overwatch niche changes that they made. And like, for example, Cassidy roll does 50% damage reduction, so you can like survive a pulse bomb when you get stuck. Just little things that people don't think of.
As soon as you put the pack in the
Or sorry, don't think of. They don't know.
top of the gun, start sprinting. Because Soldier's primary fire only has vertical recoil, it shouldn't be too hard for you to get
Is it
consistent
40%
headshots.
Trumpy? Well, maybe
You
my
have
bad
a
then.
tracer in front of you. If you helix and quick melee, it will actually one-shot her. The helix punch is also a great combo to use on characters that you've just gotten low and you want to finish off quickly. Soldier's ultimate is one that you can have every fight if you're hitting consistently, so do not be afraid to use this often.
True. It's one of those
Because
ults you
Soldier
don't
has his
save.
sprinting ability, he's actually a great character to flank on, so don't be afraid to get in the enemy's backline every now and again.
Way too many low rank players, way too many of them sit there and go, I have 56,000 damage, Stripper, what the fuck, my teammates suck. Sorry, I gotta say, what the heck? I'm getting demonetized too often. It's like, dude, you have 56,000 damage because you've been sitting about 3 miles behind your team, sitting there shooting their tank the entire time, and then their support's shooting the tank, and then their DPS is shooting the tank. No, like, you guys have fundamental targeting priorities, like, or sorry, it's fundamental targeting priority problems. Get on the flank.
Unlike a lot of the placeable abilities in this game, Soldier's health pack cannot be broken, so it doesn't really matter where you place it during your fight. Because Soldier's ultimate drastically reduces his reload time, make sure that before your ultimate ends, you're pressing reload so you can have that fresh full clip. Soldier does have a bit of a damage range to him.
I don't know if he said it too, but you can also, if you run out of ammo, so like let's say you hit 0 and then you pop your ult, it fills up. So
make sure you're not too far away from the targets you're shooting. Alright, so this has been my advanced Soldier guide. If you have any questions about Soldier, or
what's comments on this one look like? Buff Soldier, Tracer, look like the Riddler from Batman. God, TikTok comments always are just absolute nonsense. Actually gave really good tips and anyways, next.
If you're an Overwatch player, can we talk about the Battle for Olympus event real quick? Now, we all know this limited time event is just to showcase the fancy schmancy new skins to convince players to buy them. We already talked about the fact that these themes for the Battle Passes don't stay true to those themes, with the people in charge cutting things out and shoving random junk in. Hell, when I first seen the Battle Pass for Season 1, I had seen the spray for the Mob Junkrat outfit, and I was super annoyed that they put the spray in the BP, but not the skin. Then they turned around and asked for money for the skin because that's all they ever do now. Like, don't get me wrong, I think the Paperboy Tracer skin and the Matrix Symmetra skins are fine, but why are
I don't think they're. I actually don't think they're very good. But
they're in the Battle Pass that also has Poseidon, Hades, and Zeus. They pulled the same stuff last season as well, with some of those cyber skins just not being in the Battle Pass, but being in the store. If you didn't know, the theme for the Season 2 Battle Pass in Overwatch is Greek mythology, so it's very obvious that they took half of these skins out of the BP and started charging $75 if you wanted all of them. And the Lucio Charm having the Battle Pass icon before it got changed is just more proof. And of course, there's the Medusa Souvenir and Gorgon Weapon Charm in the past that's separate from the Medusa skin. Back in the day, if you've seen an event come to Overwatch,
that is actually really true.
Skins, and now if you see those skins in game now, it's not because someone took the steps to earn it or got lucky, it's because they shelled out money, and that's just boring. Anyway, one last gripe I have with this event,
I don't know if I would say the word boring, but
is the missions to unlock titles. If you don't know what a final blow is, let me explain. A final blow in Overwatch is exactly what it sounds like. You get the final bit of damage on an enemy that's already being attacked. Instead of them asking for 300 kills per hero, which is already a decent time sink, it says they're asking for final blow.
In deathmatch, final blows is kills though.
Which means you need to do the last little bit of damage on someone, and I don't even know how accurate that is. Contested, I went Hermes Lucio for one game because I've yet to try him in the event. After riding around for a bit, I got into a one-on-one situation with the Widow, killed her fresh off her spawn, and it counted as one final blow for the title. So it's weird. Are they asking for final blows, or are they asking for eliminations? If you want the title...
You're misunderstanding. Final blows is eliminations because it's a deathmatch game mode.
For all of the gods, they need to do that 2,100 times.
Which I'm actually okay with them doing this. Like, I feel like this is a weird thing to complain about. I personally didn't like the event that much. I'm not going to shit on them for the event, though, because it's cool that they at least tried to make some fun stuff for people to do. A fun event. The next one might actually end up being a blast. Who knows? Personally, I didn't enjoy it that much, but this gave people a lot of things to grind for. It wasn't just handed to you on a silver platter. We haven't really gotten much things in Overwatch 2 to grind for yet. The biggest thing I think people can grind for right now is the 500 Mystery Heroes wins title, which I meme all the time when on Mystery Heroes Tuesday we go play some Mystery Heroes, got to work on the title. But like everything else, there's not really anything to work for at the moment. It's why the game feels somewhat unrewarding. So I think this is a really bad take.
This entire event is a joke that doesn't respect the Overwatch players' time or intelligence, and it's so sad to see that.
But it does respect your time and intelligence, because if you're an average casual player, you're not supposed to get everything for free all the time. That's how Overwatch 1 failed. Like, genuinely, that's how it failed. There should be things that you're rewarded for grinding the longer amounts of time. And this actually does apply to the casual player. If you play Overwatch for 5 years, and let's say there was some special challenge, like let's say there was a challenge to earn 10,000 eliminations on tank. And after getting 10,000 eliminations on tank over time, you got some absolutely sick, like, you know, like customizable weapon, like modification for all tanks, you know, like something everyone would be like, oh my god, that's amazing, right? Over time, you would get there too. You wouldn't be first because you didn't get to grind as hard as someone else did, but you could get there eventually. The same thing happens with these titles, is you had to pick a character, or you picked a character that you really wanted their title for, and you go for it. I actually have a lot of time as a streamer to grind these, and I still didn't because I didn't enjoy the challenges that much, and I didn't enjoy the game mode, but I grinded out the Rhine one because I wanted the Rhine title. And guess what? In 6 seasons from now, I'm going to have that Rhine title, and people are going to go look back and go, wow, I wish I had that title. That title's really cool. It's something that you'll have over time. You're not supposed to just get everything for free, and all of them at once. Like, you pick a goal, and you go and attain it. Someone has more time and wants to grind them all out, hey, more the power to you.
This is how they plan to monetize Overwatch. Hopefully the pivot that they said is coming in Season 3.
The shop, the stuff, though, I'll give you that. I'll agree with it.
Does happen. If you made it this far, thanks for watching the video. I do appreciate it. Do me a solid, drop a like and a comment, as it does help a ton. I'm trying to reach 1,000 followers on TikTok so I can start streaming on.
Okay. Let's see what the comments say on this one. Only Fortnite knows how to properly do a battle pass, sadly. The big thing about Fortnite is Fortnite has coins in the battle pass, and that's what people want. But I bet if Fortnite could do it over, they wouldn't do it. Because basically you can just get the battle pass over and over and over without spending any money. And that probably makes them a lot less money, which is why you see more things actually go into the shop on Fortnite rather than the battle pass, if you ever noticed. Most of the cool in Fortnite goes into the shop, not the battle pass. Overwatch is trying to do the opposite and put cool stuff in the battle pass, but I will agree with you, there are definitely things that are very questionable. It's like, why is there only 2 or 3 skins from the event in the battle pass if the whole battle pass is supposed to be about the event, right? So I don't know, but it keeps player retention. You don't know that. You're just literally banking enough of baseless information at all. What keeps player retention in Fortnite is the crazy events that they do and the collaborations they do with other events or other brands. They get the internet talking and bring people back. They come up with cool game modes. They realized their big problem, like Overwatch had. Overwatch had a big problem in Overwatch 1, where the game became too niche. It became too hard for an average normal gamer to pick up and play, which is why they went to 5v5, made it more FPS-like. They really tried to bring that high level of like what was GOATs. GOATs, you had to know everything. You had to know every character's timings and cooldowns and how to use them to an actual T to play the game. It was too niche for it to be a long-term sustainable plan. Fortnite had the problem with building. Once it got to the point building was so incredibly strong that if you didn't know how to build, you couldn't play the game. Guess what? Now they came out with a mode where there's no building. Perfect for people who don't want to grind Fortnite. Now you can play Fortnite, don't have to play the event, and you can buy the skins. You can come back every once in a while. You don't have to worry about Timmy Thomas, who knows how to build 90s in 0.3 seconds and is better at cranking 90s than cranking out words for his 7th grade essay. It's that's what keeps retention, not their battle pass having coins to rebuy it again. That's just lunacy. I'm sorry.